Losers.
Loser.
They're losers. They're just losers.
Losers. Somewhat of a loser.
I win.
I think everybody, including the haters and the losers, deserve a truth and a platform. Truth Social advocates free speech for all regardless of how idiotic or brain dead or smooth brain your take might be, I still maintain, do not send any hate or harassment or bullying to anybody mentioned in this video. Do not tell them how fat, ugly and orange they are. Do not tell them how small their hands are, or you might get an Insta ban. The fake news era of social media is finally over. Donald Trump decided to rid us of the burdens of big tech and the lying mainstream media with the development of a new platform. Truth Social is a social media platform created by Trump Media and Technology Group, which is an American media and technology company founded in October 2021 by former US President Donald Trump. This was an idea created after Donald Trump had been blackballed from Twitter and Facebook. These platforms had decided to ban Mr. Trump from posting on the platform after a mob of his supporters attacked the Capitol on 6 January 2021. Twitter contended that Donald Trump, by making false claims the presidential election had been stolen, had indeed incited violence. He is banned for life on 8 January 2021. That's right, our girl boss Orange Queen founded his own social media platform in order to be allowed to have a social media platform. The name Truth had a nice ring to it. Trump's advisors are super confident about the continuous W's that Trump has always received and made the bold claim that the company would become a media powerhouse, encompassing online video, entertainment and news that prides itself in free speech, free think and not bound by the shackles of the establishment. At this moment though, it is very exclusive and only accessible via an iPhone app and only available to users in the United States and Canada. Some people have attributed mistakes on the application as rookie mistakes, which are valid and probable when one launches a new app. However, this is actually not his first rodeo. In May 2021, Trump launched From the Desk of Donald J. Trump, a webpage where he posted short tweet-like announcements. He was posting messages under 280 characters that visitors could share to Facebook or Twitter. Although the site claimed to be a communications platform where supporters could speak and think freely, there was no way for users to post any content on their own, nor could they reply to Trump's posts. The day the blog launched, it had 159,000 social media interactions. On the second day, less than 1/5 of that amount, and for the weeks following, it never reached even 10% of the interaction that it had on the first day. Eventually, it attracted even fewer estimated visitors and viewers than the local pet adoption service Pet Finder or that recipe site Delish. Simply put, the losers and the haters won this round, and the site was permanently closed less than a month after its launch. However, this time is going to be different. In his own words, Trump said, "I created Truth Social to stand up to the tyranny of big tech," adding, "We live in a world where the Taliban has a huge presence on Twitter, yet your favorite American president has been silenced." Okay, so we have a goal. Now we just need a plan and a fall guy. Enter David Nunes.
Congressman Devin Nunes of California has been engaged for years in a very weird legal battle with a bunch of random Twitter accounts that troll him. There's Devin Nunes' cow, which is a parody account, obviously pretending to be a cow, hanging out in the dairy in Iowa looking for a little treasonous cowpoke. And another one called Devin Nunes' alt mom, which is clearly a parody. It bills itself as the not-so-proud alt mom of prolific libel tourist and part-time congressman Devin Nunes. Now, Nunes tried to force Twitter to unmask the parody accounts taunting him, filing a lawsuit in 2019. Again, a strange thing to do. Like, Twitter trolls are annoying, but who cares? He was unsuccessful. The case was dismissed last year.
David Nunes was the former member of Congress from California who had held that seat for 19 years and chose to give it up in order to run the company. And he had decided that this was going to be a success. So therefore, he had stated that the application Truth Social will be fully operational by the end of March 2022. Yes, fully operational. Ambitious, sure. But why would our favorite former president spread lies about the Truth app? Surely not. In December 2021, the first obstacle reared its ugly face. The trolls. Yes, since Trump never misses an opportunity to get a public win, he decided to announce that invited guests were already using the beta system. For the untrained eye, this was the end of the story. However, for the common internet degenerate, this is merely the start. Hours after this press release, a person identifying themselves as a part of the hacker group Anonymous used Scholten to discover domains related to the company, eventually locating what appeared to be a publicly accessible mobile beta of the service. In other words, they got the damn URL, which means these randos now had access to sign up and use this platform. This information was obviously leaked and a slew of epic trolling ensued. The boomers never stood a chance, nor took the appropriate precautionary measures, and for a short time it was reminiscent of an old internet, and it was indeed very, very cool. Some of these Chad 4chan users even started creating parody accounts, including an actual account with Donald Trump's former Twitter handle, as well as accounts of Mike Pence and Jack Dorsey. Eventually this problem was noticed and the link had been terminated. RIP. On 16 February 2022, Trump took a noble and patriotic step. He made the platform's first post. "Get ready, your favorite president will see you soon." That day, TMTG CEO Devin Nunes said he expected the platform would not completely be open to the public until only the end of March. The beta test with 500 users was still in operation. All was looking good for this April launch. On February 21, 2022, Truth Social was released on Apple iOS. Initially, it was what all the cool kids did, and it quickly reached #1 on Apple's App Store top charts. However, these truthers could not immediately spread the good word. Oh no, since the traffic from its popularity caused an extensive backlog of applicants. Upon downloading the app, about 500,000 people who initially attempted to register their accounts were automatically waitlisted. During this first launch week, the app was installed 872,000 times, but a month later, new user signups had dropped to 60,000 per week. During the same time period, weekly visits to truthsocial.com fell from 6 million to fewer than 2 million. If you look carefully at this chart, you might see that it is steadily going downwards. This is not, in fact, a good thing. No, this is actually truly a bad fucking thing.
Losers.
Now, some of you may recall earlier the website thing that I mentioned and described, which kind of had a similar problem, right? This initial traffic followed by its inevitable downfall. However, this website is designed to look functionally exactly like Twitter, with the bonus emphasis on free speech. So what could possibly be the problem? Why are we still supporting fake media? Well, let's just say the app has some growing pains. Some people who downloaded the app were immediately met with error messages when they tried to create an account, while others were placed on lengthy-ass waitlisted. In fact, it seemed like there was a crucial accessibility problem. Those who managed to get registered and log on to the website were greeted by Trump's official account and its iconic pinned tweet. I mean truth. Yes, they use words like truths and retruths on this platform. It's basically Twitter. It is what it is. I will just add a side note that they finally did get rid of the waiting list thing on April 22nd. So hopefully that's no longer one of the struggles of being a conservative online. Trump has also had an ambiguous response to the platform, as the main reason why people joined this app was to support their favorite former president and support his free speech social media platform. However, he has only ever made one post on the platform and has reportedly started to complain that more people are not using the app. So basically, if you are on a long ass waitlist in order to beat the haters and the losers and finally get access to hear the truth straight from the source, then you are left blue-balled by Mr. Trump. I wonder if the parody Trump account would have been a better alternative landing page at this point. But I mean, these are minor difficulties, right? These aren't that big of a struggle. The main reason why we're here is because of the whole free speech arc, right? So, can you actually say anything that you want to say on Truth Social? Well, okay, nobody ever really reads the T's and C's on websites, so let's just be real. But due to the emphasis on free speech, people immediately investigated just how far they can go before getting banned. Now, I can't access this website in my country, so I'm basing everything I'm saying off of the reports of others. There are some screenshots. And it seems like right-wing influencers that signed up have found that Truth Social's online censorship policies are just as problematic as those of the big tech sites that they had criticized. And due to the type of stuff being censored, it ironically has become a prospective safe space for conservative conversations online, thus arguing that the echo chamber can limit their ability to reach a broader audience.
Oh, by the way, even people like Roger Stone are now claiming that they've been censored on Truth Social because he posted this. Trump also warns again a growing threat of terrorism by radical Islam mix in the predicted the 9/11 attack. I don't know what any of that means, but apparently they put a warning on it. And so now Roger Stone, who's one of like the longest serving devotees of Donald Trump, claims that the app is censoring
Losers.
One section titled Prohibited Activities outlines everything that users agree that they will not or cannot do. And this includes stuff like tricking, defrauding, or misleading the company and other users, especially in an attempt to learn sensitive account information such as user passwords, and filing false reports of abuse or misconduct. You also aren't allowed to impersonate other users or use any information obtained from the app to harass, abuse, or harm another person. In some cases, Truth Social's rules are more strict than that of Twitter's. User-generated content also cannot be false, inaccurate, or misleading, or include threats of violence according to Truth Social's terms of service. Now, this might be the main stick up the arsehole of users, since this rule is pretty much exactly what you would get from Twitter or Facebook, and the reason why Trump himself did actually get banned. So fuck knows what this means in practicality. Just imagine Trump being blackballed from his own website.
The crazy furor on the right over Elon Musk buying up Twitter and joining the board, like, isn't that evidence that they don't actually have faith in all of these? Like, they don't really think that Truth Social is going to be a replacement. That's why they're still desperate to have their own, to take over the one that exists. Like, if it was just going to be Parler or Gab or whatever, then go do that. Why do you care so much about right-wing domination of Twitter?
Wouldn't that be something? So policy issues aside, there are still some looming technical issues which have stopped users from having full accessibility and seeing their favorite truths and spreading them and retruthing the truth out of the truthness. And that would include the fact that the app is only viewable in the Apple iPhone store, so there's no Android version, and then also you can't view truths on an actual web browser, so you can't look it up. So last month, the app's developers also reported that due to database memory issues, users were currently experiencing slow distribution of truths. That sentence just sounds hilarious. This issue, they said, had now been fixed. I will add here that some people are being highly critical of the technical issues in this debate simply because they say if you hired the right people, the app would work. There are many apps like this, and they all are fully functional if you just hire the right team instead of hiring people that you like and not people who are capable. Here's the thing, I don't know Trump like that. I'm not going to make those types of claims, and it's very clear that the source of these types of criticisms of people basically saying the app is doomed to fail, well, it's kind of clear that they are of a different political opinion than Trump might be, and they wouldn't support it even if it did work, in my opinion. So, therefore, might not trust that source. Finally, one of the biggest criticisms that Truth Social has received is that Nunes has worked to install his own people atop of this troubled company, which led directly to its resignations of both of the chiefs of technology, product development, and legal affairs.
2 key tech executives who helped launch the platform just quit. They're done. They can see where this thing is going. The company's chief of technology and its chief of product development, they just left. And the platform's signups have dropped by 93%. That might be connected.
And so anybody can see when both of the CEOs up and leave and free speech is not as free, and the main appeal, the Trump truth of it all, is not there, not posting, not retruthing your truth, then you might also be frustrated as fuck. At least the waiting list is gone now, so I guess that's something. We would have to see how this turns out. And you know what? I was going to conclude on a much more hopeful note. But this Santa decides loser is the final nail in the coffin. Just burn it. Burn it with fire. So my personal opinion and perspective on the matter is that I think we can agree that this is maybe not the best idea, simply because there's a lack of knowledge and talent and embracing of trolls. Imagine not allowing parody accounts. I could never. They also don't allow porn, so I don't know what people will be doing on social media to begin with. But what I think would resolve this issue is if they just stopped blackballing our boy Trump. Let him be a fucking freak on the internet and let us get all the memes. I say yes, re-platform him. Even the haters and the losers will appreciate it. As a future truther, all that I can say is I'm just a thought with an opinion and I don't know shit about fuck. Bella. This might not be the hero we want, but it's the hero we need.